Hello. How is everybody? How are we feeling? And hello to everybody who's out there. Welcome to Dee Talk Live Mondays. Love Talk. Ready to go on another exciting love topic today. We're really ecstatic about tonight's topic because it's another great topic we're ready to experience and talk about and get to explore. And it's one topic that actually I got told to talk about from another one of our viewers. So thank you for sending that through. He knows who he is, and tonight we're going to delve in, we're going to explore it and really talk about it in detail as well. I'm not sure if everybody has seen it yet, but we did a Saturday special of Dee Talk Live. It was amazing. It was my nephew's birthday. We had so much fun. So many people got involved. If you guys haven't had a chance to check that out, it is on Instagram and it is on Facebook. Have a look at it. Tell me what you guys think. We had so much fun. It was a very big night, a successful evening. You know, my nephew had an amazing time. It was hilarious. We couldn't stop laughing. So it was great, really, really good for our first ever Dee Talk Live on a Saturday. It was a special. So it was amazing. It was amazing. So tonight we're talking about intimacy. And what really constitutes in regards to intimacy? What surrounds it? What circles intimacy? How is it explored? How do we define intimacy? When somebody tells you, have you been intimate with that person? What comes to mind straight away? So what ideas come up and make you think that's intimacy? Because so many people think intimacy is literally one thing, where it's all about the sex, right? But it's not. Intimacy is about everything involved in a relationship. It's so much more. And there are so many more aspects to intimacy. Because it's about being with someone, but about forming a foundation, forming a relationship, and really understanding each other. It's something that we take our times to create, because intimacy does take time over years, and there's different types of intimacy, and I'm going to go through every single one. Because when I first found out about intimacy in a different subsequential text, it was very interesting. Because we always talk about it, but we talk about it only in regards to the sexual side of things, you know, intimacy, have you been intimate? Oh, that's what we call intimacy. Is that what it is? Blah, 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 blah. So I thought tonight we will explore it, and we will pretty much reach out and really explain what defines intimacy. Because So, you know, it's pretty much the bonding. It's pretty much the relationship. It's the foundation we base it upon, and what type of intimate relationship we share with that significant other. So our partner, somebody that means the world to us, yeah? So we have steps that relatively mask what intimacy is. And those steps manifest, and they keep on going on, and pretty much developing into something quite beautiful, which is a relationship, which becomes intimate, you know. So there are six, should I say? Yes, there are. There's 6 parts to intimacy, right? So the 6 parts of intimacy are all broken up into categories. And these categories are magnificent, and I've got them on the side here. And I'm going to tell you exactly what they are, so you guys know. So these statistics as well, thank you to Naya Clinics in America. So I was able to get them from a fantastic website in order to bring them to you guys as I do all the research. As per always, it's so much fun. And obviously, the first one is physical intimacy, which is what I was talking about when we were introducing the topic tonight. So this is the form of intimacy most people envision when hearing the word. So exactly what I said. When you hear the word intimacy, what do you think? What do you actually understand from it, right? It involves touching, cuddling, holding hands, and yes, sex, kissing, etc. But physical intimacy is crucial and healthy and lasting, and it is lasting for like a romantic relationship, right? But we must be able to touch one another to experience physical intimacy. So it's one part of a relationship that brings together the dynamic that we've perceived and we've molded and we've created, right? So that's one. The next one is emotional intimacy. And this is one that many people lack because they don't share that energy exchange or that energy connection with a significant other. When you have an energy connection, it comes deep within, right? And it's part of the emotions you share with someone and the feeling and how you express yourself. And it's also what you're feeling inside. Are you able to share that emotional intimacy with someone in order to bring each other closer together, right? So emotional intimacy is huge. So while physical intimacy is displayed by physical touch, emotional intimacy is demonstrated through words and communication, which is the expression, which is what I'm talking about, right? So they go hand in hand. That's why these 6 parts are so crucial in any relationship and bringing people together in order to create such a magnificent partnership, right? Okay, this is not always easy as it requires demonstration through, vulnerability. Vulnerability is something that I even struggled with for years because I was always seen and still am. I'm as soft as you guys are. I bet your bottom dollar I am. I still have emotions. I still am human. But I always used to get told, you are so strong. How do you do it? Vulnerability is the key in order to actually separating yourself from yourself, right? So connecting with the heart in order to be vulnerable, to turn around and be like, I need help, or I need to talk to someone, or I need to really have somebody there to understand me in order for me to be vulnerable, And as I said, we have a masculine, we have a feminine side, and sometimes the masculine side takes over. Whereas in my case, it always did because I was always strong and I was always blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So, but to me, being vulnerable and actually becoming vulnerable actually connected me a lot more with the outside as well as the inside. So I was able to express myself. I was able to light up things that, I didn't even know existed inside of myself. So vulnerability is huge. And it's a hard basket for some. It is. Because it's hard to be vulnerable because we don't want to get hurt or we don't want to feel a specific way or, we don't want to tell the other what we're actually feeling, because we're embarrassed or we think we're going to get rejected or vice versa. So there's many things that come up. It's all fear-based at the end of the day. So it involves the perception of closeness to another person who allows for sharing of thoughts and feelings with an expectation of understanding and support, which is what I was talking about, right? Because it tends to be so beautiful. Emotional intimacy depends on trust and involves sharing our deepest selves with each other. That's how we become so close. That's how we maintain a relationship where we're able to really connect with one another. You're able to share your deepest and darkest secrets with your partner, the person that you love, the one that you're going to spend the rest of your life with, or even someone that is just in a relationship with you, or, your significant other, as we've spoken about in previous times, Then you've got intellectual intimacy, right? So this gets even, more crazier and crazier as we go through these parts. So this is an area of intimacy many couples don't consider, right? This is really interesting now. It occurs when we share ideas with each other in an attempt to exchange thoughts and views, right? So sharing, because we might think a specific way, but our significant other might think another way. But that's what makes us so special as well, because we're so different. But that's what intellectual intimacy is. Sharing thoughts and ideas and views in order to create and get each other to understand us on a deeper level, to know who we actually are, our true substance, our true identity, which is what we talk about all the time. Yeah. Respectful back and forth discussions about topics further our intellectual intimacy with others, which is what I had said, right? In couples counseling, they've even suggested that people read the same sort of article in order to get together and discuss that topic, to see each other's perception and view on the matter as well, which is fantastic, because then you're able to bring each other closer and stuff. That's what it's all about. Creative intimacy. That's me, a creative. So basically, this is another less often discussed type of intimacy, but one that is all important. So creative intimacy refers to expressing ourselves through our passions, like I am now. So I'm expressing myself through something that I'm passionate about, that I'm bringing forth, that I'm understanding. This is me. This is what I want to do. I'm out here on a mission to help, the younger generation become freaking fabulous, and really help humanity and society, because I'm so passionate about it. So I'm sharing a passion of mine in order to share that with my significant other. So then he could share, his specific passion or what he really loves doing as well, right? So they all come into connection and perspective, at the same time. This may be a form of art, music, dance, physical activity, as I've said, so it's amazing, so we're sharing our gifts, talents and passions in turn as a way of sharing ourselves as well, which is a great form of intimacy too, right, to bring ourselves together. Then you've got experiential intimacy. So this occurs when we share new experiences together. It's something that we haven't done with somebody before. So it's something that we share with somebody else. We share with the same person, but we haven't done it. We're experiencing it together. So we're experiencing this intimacy in order to bring about new memories, new experiences that, will bring us together in that intimacy sort of thing, So basically, and it's brought up a really fantastic topic. So COVID, right, due to the fact that we were closed up or we were, in lockdown, a lot of the times people were actually forced in relationships to be sharing new experiences because they had no other option, right? So that's one form of sharing, and that's one of the bits of research which I thought was quite interesting, and that's where we had the whole if we're going to stay together, if we're going to make it through COVID, and that was one love topic that we had delved into quite slightly when we were talking in regards to love at that time throughout COVID. And then my favorite form of intimacy, as you all will know, is spiritual intimacy. It's beautiful. Spiritual intimacy is 101 for me. So through this may sound like it sounds as though it's part of religion, it's separate to religion, but many people use it in conjunction, like me. So I use my religion side with my spirituality side, and it's up to the person on how they want to use it and how they practice it as well, because everybody practices it in a different way. So it is much more than that. So this concept refers to the sharing of ideas of a higher level, such as beliefs and values. While this could be through religion as well, right? So it can be used through religion as well. It could also look like a sharing in mindfulness, right? So personal growth or meditation, right? And I'm a sucker for meditation because I love meditation. That's what I do. And that helps you bring yourself closer to your true essence, so your soul. But that also creates something within the intimacy dynamic, especially if your partner is somewhat spiritual or shares the same sort of passions or likes, in order for you guys to bring stuff together and really connect on that soul level, so it's beautiful. So basically it covers our need to look for meaning in the world, which is what I've said many times, And when we connect through spiritual intimacy, we are sharing these ideas with someone and hearing their points of view. So it's very similar to when we have communicative intimacy, which is what I was saying in regards to expressing our ideas and our feelings and our thoughts and what we want from a relationship, you know, in order to bring it closer together. In regards to emotional intelligence, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that because I think it's very, very important in regards to the parts. I think it's one of the most important parts. Emotional intimacy is something many people don't often express, therefore many relationships are quite detrimental and they fall apart or they break up or vice versa. Something to know though is the more you express, the more you talk, and then the more that you're able to communicate with somebody, the less the other person is not going to, like the less you're going to be in a position where the other person is not going to know what you want or how you feel or what type of relationship you're after or what it is exactly that's missing in a relationship. And in saying that, there was an actual photo, no, not a photo credit, sorry. There was a website that I love so much, and it actually goes into the 5 levels of intimacy, right? And it pretty much goes through each level, but doesn't, you can go onto this website, and I'll give you guys this website. So it is familylifecanada.com, it's fantastic. And pretty much psychologists, have identified 5 levels of emotional intimacy, that a person experiences. The first one, so level 1 is safe communication, which is what I had just said, right? The second one, which is level 2, others' opinions and beliefs. Then you've got level 3, personal opinions and beliefs. So they all come into sub-context, right, in order to mold and come together. Then you've got level 4, my feelings and experiences. And then level 5, my needs, emotions, and desires. So everything about emotional intelligence is all part of the way you were not only brought up, but the way that you connect with things in your life. And then eventually, when you're in a relationship with somebody, they might have different ways of thinking or feeling, right? Because they'll often defer due to the fact of their upbringing. So it'll be somewhat different. Anyway, when you get down to those specific facets, it's all about actually expressing and understanding and feeling and really being there for the other person. And that's why I think that emotional intimacy tends to be one of the bigger ones out of all of them. Of course, you know, the other ones do have a bigger part also in intimacy and how it is explained and how we really understand it and know what it is. But when it comes down to it, you've also got to have the communication. The communication tends to be the biggest one, you know, especially how you're feeling. Because, you know, I'm sure all of you want your partner to understand you on that level because it's the connection you have with that other person. And it tends to be so beautiful once you find it, you know. Thank you again to everybody for joining me tonight. You guys have been fabulous. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight. I did as well. I've got exciting news as well. I couldn't wait to tell you. I'm just like, oh, I can't wait till we actually finish tonight's topic in order for me to share it with you. On Thursday, we will be live, right, from Byron Bay. I'm not going to be here, guys. I'm going to be in Byron Bay. So exciting times ahead. I will be live from Byron Bay on Thursday via our beautiful villa that we have, that what Dee Thinks is actually traveling. So it's the first time we are traveling out of Melbourne. It's like a tick to the list, which is amazing, as what Dee Thinks represent, which we're very excited and thrilled about. At this stage, we are set for the live to take place at 7 o'clock, but as I've said before, sometimes things happen. We have malfunctions like we did on Saturday. And as I said earlier, if you haven't checked out that live, please do. It was fantastic. We had so much fun. We are ecstatic and we are excited for Byron. We are going on a Dee holiday, a massive one. and it will be it will be amazing. So I can't wait to see you guys all on Thursday as we go. Dee on location, so exciting. This Thursday live from Byron Bay, because everybody was wondering where I was going. I'm telling you guys now. I'll be in Byron Bay, guys, so I'm very excited. You guys have an amazing evening. I love you so much, and I will see you on Thursday for Dee Talk live from Byron Bay. Exciting. See you guys. Have an amazing evening. Much love. Dee out. Bye, everyone.